he could be great when he matured. Did so great to protect the ball early on. Yeah, man. Like we got two picks by the D in the house. Did you think of the D showed up tonight, or we got lucky? Personally, I think they showed up. You know what? the link if you want to come in here and talk Bears, Carl. Let me know. Just let me know in the chat if you want to come in here and talk ball.
His offense.
Yeah, I think he is too.
Today.
Yeah, I think you know what, CJ, you nailed it right on that money, man. There was really no penalties today. hero ball, we're going to see Caleb Williams be what he needs to be. We got SoBack Sports. But we're gonna get into the show, man. We don't mean to keep you guys waiting, man. Let's get into it. We talked about Caleb enough, but I want to talk about somebody, CJ, that was pretty much
I thought he was very, very poised out there in the way he played.
Yeah, he was very poised, man. He was very physical. He was just everything we needed him to be, man. Like he was just doing everything, lifting up his team with his play. You know what I mean? Sometimes we're looking at Montez to make a play. You're looking for Edmonds to make a play. You're looking for somebody to make a play on this defense to where we could turn the tide just a little bit and beat a team. And Tyreek started the party today. So Tyreek, you get a game ball today, man. You do, man. Shout out to Soul Black Sports for reposting the stream. What's up with Darcy, man? Darcy saying great win, guys. Yeah, we needed that one, man. On
Yeah, that Darcy.
Shout out to Darcy, man. OG of the CNG podcast, man. One of CJ's guys. We appreciate you, Darcy. We got Down to Live saying 100. So the fact that Tariq Stevenson came in today, bro, and did what he did, man, is just super impressive. We needed him to do it. We needed pretty much a whole team effort today. I knew the offense was going to come out here and be good, but I still have my questions about the defense. So we got a little bit of answer today as far as Tariq Stevenson stepping up to the plate and being what we need him to be, which is a game record. You know, he got a good nose for the ball. If you look at his rookie season, I think he had almost 8 interceptions or something like that. So see him being that ball hawk attacking person that we needed him to be today was so crucial to help us gain some momentum on the defensive side of the ball, to where the defense can keep their energy up, CJ, and, you know, execute a little bit more and just keep their head up, man, and understand that we do got a captain, not a captain, but a starter out here that's going to bring it, you know what I mean, and be what we need him to be to help us win this game.
Yeah, and I also think he knows he got to step it up because JJ is not there. He's the next guy up. So I think he's going to take this opportunity and start playing better and start being more focused.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just think, you know, it's a momentum thing, man. Like football and a lot of sports, man, it's all about having a rhythm. You know what I mean? That one win can take you to a whole nother place, a whole nother level, man. I think that this might leapfrog us into some more wins. You know what I mean? Like, okay, now you know it's next man up. You know Jalen is hurt. You know Kyler Gordon is hurt. You know Edwards is hurt. So now that you can win a game without your main starters, the confidence in this team probably shot up like 20, 30 points, you know?
Right.
Then we got Isabella. She's saying, I mean, the thing is that we learned about our defense, Mr. Stevens included, that they play better with a lead. Detroit versus Dallas is evidence of the tale of two defenses. I mean, the lead, when he made that, took the ball from that guy's hands, Isabella, the game, it wasn't a lead. The game was 0-0. We went out 3 and out on that play that he took the ball. So this is not necessarily 100% true. So he made a play early in the game, helped us score and get into the end zone because we didn't do well the first possession, I don't think. So I like what you said, but I don't know if this is necessarily true about playing with a lead. He kicked it off as far as getting a turnover when he did, and that pretty much sent energy straight through the rest of the team and the offense, and they got straight to work. So shout out to Tariq Stevenson, man. Keep it up, bro. We're going to need you again. So, CJ, what do you think about that guy stepping up, next man up? And we down a lot of guys, man. TJ Edwards and all them guys are down, man. So how does that make a locker room feel that you think about
this game? This game was really concerning to me because all the injuries that were coming up, and I'm like, man, who gonna step up? Who gonna play? You know, they left no doubts out there today. Defense left no doubts out there today. They actually got some pressure on Dak, made him turn the ball over, made him make some bad plays out there. So defense stepped it up, man.
Yeah, the defense stepped it up, man. When it looked like we should have got steamrolled and we didn't. You have to give. Go ahead, CJ. Go ahead.
So I'm gonna say, even though Caleb deserves the game ball, I think who really deserves the game ball is the defense.
I think they all deserve a game ball, but it's coming down to the culture that they're trying to set. Everything is not always going to be perfect week to week, but you got to have some guys that can come together, be leaders, and win you some football games, bro. And the fact that we're not dead in the mud, we're 1-2, with a chance to be 2-2, be 500 before the break. This is true. This is tremendous. You saw growth from Caleb. You saw growth from the defense. You're just seeing guys grow, man. And this was amazing to watch. This was an amazing win. I didn't think that we were going to. I picked us to win this game, but it could have went either way. You know what I mean? The Bears defense isn't that good. The Lions, not the Lions, but the Cowboys defense that good. And I was also concerned with, you know, Dak has played in shootouts, CJ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He had to see, can Caleb Williams actually survive a shootout? You know, we got to see, can Ben Johnson survive a shootout? Can Ben Johnson really get his quarterback and his offense to play in a game where you have to score multiple touchdowns if your defense is not that good to win a game? So this was kind of one of the first tests where we saw him actually do it. against a team that's like Dallas because they would had a lot of yards. They would put up a lot of points. Dak was almost completing 70% of his passes. So they passed a lot of tests today, CJ. You know what I mean? The offense passing tests, as far as Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson and the receivers and the tight ends and getting everybody involved. You know what I mean? See, so
yeah, most definitely.
yeah, and the defense passed the test today too, knowing that they down starters and Edwards and Kyler Gordon and just a bunch of guys, man, that's just down right now, man. Not knowing what Montez Sweat is going to give you week to week and Billings and all these guys. So they passed the test today, man. They actually won a game that could have went either way. So we're going to give them credit for that. But we're going to keep the show moving. We're going to talk about one person right here, man. CJ, Luther Burden, bro. Luther. He delivered, and Ben Johnson called his number. There's some trust there. So I think Luther Burden, like Ben Johnson was saying early in the season, that he's coming along and he's coming along. He's in his playbook. And today was the day where we actually saw Ben Johnson trust him with some play calls, and Caleb threw strikes to him. So what do you think about that? Like, guys really got to earn Ben Johnson's trust to get the ball and get their play calls and get their reps, CJ.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna take time, and we gotta remember these are new players in a new offense, so we gotta be patient with these players. You know, we have to be patient with Caleb. We gotta be patient with Coastal Lovin. We gotta be patient with Luther Burden. These guys are rookies. These guys are not 10-year veterans. So the patience is gonna come back around, and it's gonna be good. You know, we saw it today, which was good. You know, we saw everybody getting the ball today, which was good. So I think the Bears played the perfect game today.
Yeah,
as far as the offense.
Yeah, the offense, man. I just think like you said, TJ, it's going to take time. You got to earn your reps, man. You got to earn those catches. You got to earn it, man. Like Ben Johnson telling people, since he's been here, no block, no rock. You know, let's see what guys are like when the ball is not in their hands and the play is not in their hands. Ben Johnson has been setting the culture of standard, setting the culture of what have you done for me lately. Ben Johnson is not just letting anybody get the ball. You have to earn it, and when you earn it, you better keep it. You better not fumble. You better catch it, and you better run hard, because you don't know when your next opportunity is going to come with Ben Johnson. about everybody wanted to trade Cole Kmet. Like Ben Johnson is going to play 12 personnel, bro. 12-man personnel. That's what he's going to run. So the fact that we saw Caleb Williams connect with a person that's been on this team before he got on this team, CJ, you know, Cole Kmet was top 5 in play action last year. So he has value on this team. You know what I mean? So it's just incredible.
Yeah, and the fact that it was a lot of people saying that they wanted him to be traded for a defensive end, I was like, you know, Cole Kmet is still a very good tight end. He may not be as fast and as explosive as Loveland is, but he's still a very good tight end. Cole Kmet is a starting tight end in this league.
Yeah, because, you know, Ben Johnson is putting He
That was
executed his intermediate game
rough,
today.
but
Yeah, that was beautiful. Go ahead.
the flea flicker was rough because when I guess that was Swift, he tossed it back. I thought, oh my God, that's going to be over his head by a mile. But he got it.
Go ahead,
Loaded
Carl.
up back. And I thought it was key to the game. I know it was very early when it happened, but I thought it was a huge turning point already and gave us momentum, gave us the belief that we could win. Plus, you can see he looks like he's finally bought in.
The team being Dallas ahead of the sticks. You got your ghost, Romy. I wish I did, man. I think I actually have some being delivered. We'll figure that out, but no sponsorship, unfortunately. Maybe Romy, you need to send an email to Ghost Energy and see what they can do for me. Anyway, run defense for the Bears, bad. So in that drive where you're going and you have your 11 straight runs and you're in the red. It's the exact opposite. I mean, Caleb Williams has to do so much on offense for the Bears at times because
think he was tremendous, and even with everything he did, I still think he had a very quiet 100-yard game. I mean, 3 catches, 100 yards. If
Right.
I'm looking at this right without my glasses on, but I mean, he's tremendous. You can see that top end speed on that He
Yeah.
started the ascension.
Yeah, he's starting it, man, and that's what you want. You draft a guy ninth overall with a wide receiver as your pick. He needs to be doing exactly what he's doing right now. And I'm just thankful that we got Ben Johnson who can play call for him, and a quarterback like Caleb Williams, they get the ball to him. We got Relentless Mikey saying DJ had second round production. We got Shot Boys Podcast. Shout out to Bobby, man. He says, I'm not trading DJ Moore right now. Next year you can look at that, but not now. Yeah, I wouldn't trade DJ Moore right now, but I'm definitely getting rid of DJ next season. That's just my personal thing. It's gonna be addition by subtraction. So that's just me. And I understand somebody saying you think that Donnie Lip said I'll be surprised if they actually trade him. I think Ben is like Phil Jackson with players buying into their role. That's up to DJ Moore. I don't think DJ Moore is the type of player that's going to buy into a role necessarily. I think DJ needs to be on a team where he can be depended on. And I don't know, man. I don't know if DJ Moore has the patience to be the role type of guy. He's a veteran. He's been around about 8 years, 9 years, however long he's been to. He's used to playing a certain type of style, a certain type of way. He's used to getting his touches. I think that's what he needs to be, a place where he can be DJ Moore and play the way he needs to play. And what play he wants to play, because I don't think it's necessarily going to be able to bear his going forward. We got Relentless Mike said, just because DJ used to be a first-round talent, he hasn't been consistent, which drops his value. Do you feel like that, Carl? Carl, do you feel that same way?
That's what I was saying. Essentially, like we're seeing DJ Moore become more integrated into the offense or perform better and better. So for the Bears fan point of view, it's harder to let a player like that go. But that's why I also said you should have probably traded him on June 2nd, the day after that allowed you to happen with the post-June 1st trade, because now his value has gone down and it's starting to come back up. And it feels like we're going to need to continue to see improved performances from DJ Moore to get the true value that we should be getting out of him. But yeah, what we're looking at screen right now is your NFL leaders in receiving touchdowns. Tied for first is Rome Odunze. So Trey Tucker, not a world beater, but
good job, Carl. Okay.
I mean, Rome Odunze is performing as expected for a 9th overall pick, in my opinion. Now, talk about elephant in the room. Rome Odunze dropped a touchdown pass today.
He
had two big drops against the Lions last week. I'm not going to come out here and legitimately say that Rome Odunze has a drop problem, but Rome Odunze came out of college being one of the highest and most elite contested catch players in the NFL, or in the NCAA, going into the NFL draft. So Rome Odunze's got to clean that up. And I really like what Andy said. Pile onto that they maybe accidentally got onto the same plane together. Maybe this is just a thing of destiny. But man, I want Rome Odunze and Caleb Williams paired together for their entire careers in Chicago. I think that Chicago deserves to have a very elite quarterback wide receiver tandem after essentially not having either for my entire fandom since like 2005. So.
All right, I'm reading a comment. It says, why not DJ being losing his whole entire career? If he turns into a winning situation, he will be stupid to leave, or at least want to, in my opinion. I mean, that's the key. Like, is DJ going to turn from how DJ was to being like not necessarily a me guy into a team guy? That's a mentality. I mean, the further this offense goes along, unless he really buys into his role and he don't like his role and it's about winning, I mean, if he can buy into that role and he knows he's the third wide receiver on the team, that'll be fine. But then that's the key is his role at the same time. But at the same time, to your point though, you're paying DJ more and more money than you're paying the kids that's trying to be in that third wide receiver, to your point. So if DJ and CJ, you can answer this too, I guess. If DJ can buy into his role, I say get him, because he's a super expensive. He's getting older. He's never been in a winning situation, but it's a mentality thing to go to from a me guy to a we guy, and you have to be very patient. And he hasn't shown too much patience, with Caleb Williams, and you never see him and Caleb Williams on the sideline on the iPad, or we need an all-22 sideline. We need an all-22 sideline to him for Caleb Williams, because you never see them guys together. But go ahead, Carl.
Just take a look at the video I'm sharing, just to kind of dispel exactly what you're suggesting you never see. I mean, I'm seeing it clear as day. We're good, man. We're good, man. We're good.
Yeah. Hey, winning solves everything, right, y'all?
Mm-hmm.
Winning solves everything.
Literally.
Because before
heard about it, but like I said, I haven't had a chance to research it. I mean, I think if you use 12 personnel right, these two can both be weapons together. I mean, I think they're completely different tight ends. I think Loveland is more of a route runner, and I think he's taller than Komet. They're probably faster, but I like them both. I think if you use them right, they both can be weapons. You can line up in the slot. You can line up a wide receiver. You can line up in the backfield. I mean, I would line them up all over the place if I could. Create mismatches that way.
Yeah, man. And we got to talk about this guy right here, man. Hold on, y'all. We're going to get into some, but I think we pretty much finished the show. I didn't talk about Tremaine Edmonds. My software was kind of messing up, so I couldn't really get his picture in here today, man. But we're going to talk about Ben Johnson. So CJ, man, or anybody who want to kick it off, just what's your thoughts on Ben Johnson, his patience, his execution, the culture he's been trying to set, the standard he's been trying to set. You know, he's great in press conferences, man. He tells you like it is. He doesn't sugarcoat anything. Ben Johnson, to me, since he's been here, he's been exactly what I thought he'll be. Somebody that means what he says, man. That's all I can really say about Ben Johnson. He means what he says, and he doesn't bend on his principle. Somebody was talking to me, and I don't remember who it was, but I was like, and I was reading comments, I was like, people were saying that he needs to be careful around veterans. I'm like, who does Ben Johnson on a 5-win team need to walk on eggshells around? There's nobody on his team that Ben Johnson needs to respect in a manner where he can't be who he needs to be. Ben Johnson. You know what I mean? Like, Ben Johnson is here to change the culture. Now, if we were a team that was in the playoffs, CJ or Carl, 3 out of 4 years, and we're going to the divisional round, we're going to the NFC Championship, then I can see Ben Johnson kind of have to just tone it down. So I don't understand why people think that Ben Johnson needs to turn down anything. He has 60 million reasons why he's the reason that things need to be turned up. So, Andy, man, just what are your thoughts? Those are my thoughts on Ben Johnson. I just think he's exactly what this team needs and looking like a great hire. So, but what's your thoughts on Ben Johnson from preseason to training camp, the first 3 games? Just what have been your thoughts on him, man? Take your time, and I'm going to ask Carl pretty much the same thing.
I think the man has done well. I mean, last week, it was ugly last week. I did not expect him to come out and play this well. They played far better than I expected. I consider this really a toss-up game, 50-50.
That's what I said.
I thought it could go either way. So the way they responded is good to see. And I think this man has a lot of work ahead of him. I've said it many times. I think this year is just about him and Caleb Williams. And is Caleb Williams the right guy for him in this offense? And then I also think he's taking notes. And he's going to give a sheet of paper to Ryan Poles and tell him who's in and who's out at the end of this season. I mean, he's got to come in. He's got to change the culture. I mean, we got to get this franchise going the right way and get rid of the losing attitude and bring in a winning attitude. It needs a culture shift. That's what he's in charge of doing. And I think he's the right guy to do it. It's just going to take time. It's not going to happen in 3 or 4 games. It's just going to take time. And it might not really show up till next year once he starts getting his type of players in here.
Right. And I'm going to read some comments. We got Cliff saying 1 and 2 is a lot better than 0 and 3.
Yeah, it is.
And we got Relentless Mike saying, good to see you, Cliff. Shout out to Cliff and Relentless Mike. Hey, Mike, I had guests over. They just left. Cliff saying, hey, Carl. He and you saying, Carl. Cole Komet is more inland tight end. Loveland is a wide receiver tight end. Yeah, that's why you draft a guy that high, because he can be safeties. He can be corners. He can be linebackers. He can go vertical. That is exactly what Loveland is here to do. And he's a Ben Johnson draftee. CD going down hurt Dallas bad. It hurt Dallas bad, but it helped in our favor. Ben Johnson with the flea flicker. Nice pass by Caleb there. That was dope. We got Isabella saying, I completely agree. We should be lining up our tight ends in the slot and running a lot more 2-in tight end sets. Yeah, I agree with that for sure. Absolutely. The people needed a dub today. What is up, Burt Phoenix? Yeah, we needed a win, bro. Bad, because we weren't going to do no post-game show if we didn't win. And we definitely need to do a pre-game show because of the losing. Like, you got Andy, who I respect. You got Carl, who I respect. TJ, all my people in the Bears Nation that I got a lot of respect for. And to get people to come up here and talk about Bears a lot and they losing, it kind of takes the fun out of it. And I kind of feel like I waste people's time asking to come on the show. That's something I refuse to do. Is just get people to come on the show and just talk to be talking. That's something I would never do. So we needed it the other day to keep the vibes high and keep me asking people to come. Because I tell you one thing for sure, I'm not going to be doing this shit if they continue to lose. So we needed to win today, and we'll be back with a pregame show. We said Chicago official page just dropped the locker room video, and it made me cry tears of joy. But we're gonna get
I got
to
that video if you want to watch it.
Oh, let's get to it, man. Hold on. Look, we in here. Hold on. Good job, Carl. See, this is why I call Carl. He's the other producer, man. I'm the producer. He's the producer. So this is how magic works, people. This is what we do. We cook over here, man. Hold on. Let me turn the music off, Carl. All right, go ahead, Carl.
Hey, we said coming into this game now, it was going to be about situational football. All right, we did. All right, third down defense, they were 3 of 11. Offense, we were 8 of 14. Talk about red zone.
Yeah, coach.
Red zone, they were 1 of 4. We were 2 of 3. And we talked about 2 minutes. The way you guys handled it before halftime was outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. And the defense way to come through for us.
Hey, look at the vein in his neck.
Hell of a job. And then I got 2 game balls here. Give me one, right, real quick. Quarterback had 142.6 passer rating.
Yeah, let's go, Caleb.
Hey, I love y'all boys. Couldn't do this without y'all, all the hard work and preparation. We're 1-0 this week. We got to go 1-0 next week. We got to come back and prepare and do the same thing. That's all I got. All right, the other one that stood out to me, man, all over the field today.
Hey, look. Hey, that's what it feels like, fellas, bro. We work too hard, bro. We got to come in here, celebrate with one another. Hey, but look, enjoy this one. Hey, tomorrow, let's enjoy it still. Tuesday, flip the page, but let's get back in that lab. Yes, sir.
Good attitude after losing his mic position to Noah Sewell, by the way.
I got one more. Keep going.
Bro.
A little bit better than Eberflus, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Man, that was dope.
HITS.
Man, that was fucking dope, man. We're gonna pretty much get ready to end it, but I'm gonna ask Carl how you feel, Carl, about Ben Johnson, man. Since we've been talking about him, bro. Just the good apples and the bad apples. I'm gonna just get your opinion on that, like, because he had like Andy's saying, he's gonna have to start getting rid of guys off this team, man. And I think it kind of started with a couple of people he didn't give a captain patch, but. The good apples and the bad apples, man. I know you got this one wrapped up. So what's the good apples and what's the bad apples? Give me the bad apples first.
Thankfully, Ben Johnson wasn't put in a position where he had to choose if he wanted to go for 4th and 1 on his own 40 in the first half of a football game on the road again. So that was excellent.
Right.
So talk about balance. Finally, it appears, looking at the box score at least, that the Bears had balance. Caleb Williams threw the ball today 28 times, and that was the only Bears quarterback to throw a football. I don't know if there's any gadget plays. I'm looking at the team stats. But the Bears also had 29 rushing attempts. So almost 50% run and pass, which is exactly what we want to see. The bad, of course, is the talent on the team. Over those 29 carries, the Bears averaged 3 yards per carry, which is awful. And on 20 attempts, in comparison, the Cowboys averaged 6. So twice as good. Ben Johnson specifically, though, again, the balance is the key. Did a great job. No silly challenges. Situational football was just fine. And again, he had to break out the gadget plays. And I'm almost going to concede to the point where maybe that's kind of what we need. So you'll be looking for that 1 gadget play, 2 gadget plays per game from Ben Johnson. And hopefully they go for a chunk play or a touchdown. It is what it is, man. Clearly, I think that the locker room is bought in, and that is their guy. I think Caleb Williams, we just heard, called him boss man. So
boss man. Right.
Good stuff. I like it. What else are you going to do? You're paying the guy $15 million a year. He's not only the head coach, he is your offensive coordinator, and in my opinion, he is a pseudo general manager. Because how else can you fix this offensive line in one offseason after the neglect that it has had, to all of a sudden just have all these trades and free agent acquisitions to fix that offensive line. Then you go into the NFL draft, your first 3 picks are offensive players. Ben Johnson might literally be the boss man. It might not be hyperbole. So, again, very good day for the Bears, top to bottom today. Let's just see it again next week. Yeah, Romy, I agree. Totally worth the money, or at least it has to continue to look like this, but yeah.
And well said about Carl, man. So we're going to get into a couple of comments, and we're going to get everybody final thoughts real quick, man. We appreciate everybody that came in here today. There's no veterans on this team that are all pros, necessarily pro bowlers, or, we're coming in the playoffs and we just going to playoff games every year. There's nobody on this team he got to respect. It'd be different if that was the case, but it's not. So this is Ben Johnson. He got full autonomy to do everything that Ben Johnson wants to do to change the culture of this team. We got Rami saying that's my coach. Ant-Ma saying bear down Cliff. Ant-Ma said bear down Mikey. Starks with one. Yeah, one win, man. We got Don Live with the fire emoji, man. We appreciate that, man. We got Nicholas Albright saying gave me goosebumps. Yeah, that was a dope thing. That will be clipped up. Carl came through clutch with the locker room video. That was fire, man. What else we got? Totally worth the trade. We got Donald saying no Caleb stoppers on the Raiders defense, and we're not worried about man Max, not at all. We got Donald saying way to start the week, man. Yeah, way to start the week with a win. So Andy, man, just what are your final thoughts, man, before we get out of here about anything going forward or the game today, just anything, man, before we go?
I think we should just enjoy the win, and tomorrow go back to work. Get ready for Raiders. That's a winnable game. And then we hit the bye week. Hopefully we get some players off the IR, like Booker, like Gordon. I know Gordon's not officially on the IR, but hopefully they'll be healthy and they can help us going forward. I just say enjoy the win and get back to work tomorrow. Because Sunday is a winnable game against the Raiders.
Yep, I agree. CJ, what's your final thoughts? Oh, go ahead.
No, I just want to say if we can get to 2-2, that's huge. That's huge because, like I said, I thought today was 50-50. So getting to 2-2 for the bye, that's huge.
Yeah, that's huge. CJ, you got any final thoughts?
Yeah, I just want to say good win by.
Get my final thoughts, and we're going to let Carl pretty much close us out. My final thoughts is that, we played damn near a full complete game today. No penalties, no interceptions. Guys got, the playbook was open with the Burton got his touches. Coach Loving, I think he got a couple. Cole Komet. Caleb Williams still looks to be disciplined. He's playing in structure way better. He's understanding he has to calm down. His feet look more calm. So the game is slowing down for him. The more he realizes that he got protection, the better Caleb Williams is going to play, in my opinion. I think he had a little bit of sack PTSD last year with 68 sacks, but now I think he understands that I can calm down, set my feet, go through my progressions, and throw strikes. Another thing is Ben Johnson is exactly what we paid him to be. A culture changer, someone who's not going to bullshit you, someone who's a straight shooter, someone who's a direct, and he's not going to play about what he wants to do with his team and his offense. He's setting the culture up. If you can't do what I need you to do, you're not going to be here. You're not going to be on this team. If you can't produce, you're not going to be here. So guys got to earn it. Guys got to earn their reps. Guys got to earn their play calls. Guys got to earn their playing time. And that's what we saw. So that's just my final thoughts, man. Bring on the Raiders. I'm not concerned about the Raiders. I think we're going to win this game. Another blowout. That's just my final thoughts, man. Yeah, it's going to be a blowout, bro. I'm not scared of the Raiders, man. I'm not scared of the Raiders at all. But, Carl, go ahead with your final thoughts, man, about anything going forward, about the game today, anything.
You can throw up the record prediction I have. I mean, I'm going to wear that on my sleeve. I'm not willing to talk playoffs just yet. I know we keep talking about, get to 2-2 with the bye, all these things. That Bengals game looks a lot more winnable, right? Especially after the performance I just watched at noon against those silly Vikings, man. Maybe that's a free gimme win at this point. I had it circled as a loss. I don't know, man. I'm saying right now, right? You, as a player, how can you let yourself get embarrassed? You have a family you have to take care of, right? How are you going to give up 50 points back-to-back? So they squashed that. Good to see you in here, Alan. I've got nothing else to say, man. I would love to hear what Alan's final thoughts on this all are.
Yeah, man, Alan, we pretty much talked about everything, man. Whatever you got, Alan, man, we talked about a lot of stuff real quick, man. When OG popped in here, we talked about how Caleb played, how Luther Burton played, Tyreek, Cole Komet, and Cole, Roman Dunze. We talked about Ben Johnson in the win. And we talked about couldn't get the Tremaine stuff, but Tremaine had 2 interceptions, man. Just give us your final thoughts, Alan, on the game today real quick, man.
The offense was clicking on all cylinders, and I could see Caleb being NFC Player of the Week. There was a lot of trickery today. They moved the ball with a variation of plays. That flea flicker. They did a lot of end arounds. My only thing is DJ Moore still has to be involved. I'm going to go back and watch the second half, but that first half, I don't think he touched the ball but once or twice if he did that. You know what I'm saying? So DJ Moore's got to touch the ball, man. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but that offense, we need DJ, man. I mean, we do need him because we can spread the ball out. They did a good job today, but I still want – we're paying a guy $20-something million a year. I still want him to be involved. But
well, Alan, what if we trade him and get a first-round pick?
I knew he was going to – Now I keep dragging him along like this. If you're not going to use him, just move. I just – it's kind of crazy because he's still out there to play on offense. I don't know what's going on.
I want to hear Alan's exact answer to this. Do you think that Luther Burden could just straight up replace DJ Moore in this offense today in 2025? Just straight up replace DJ Moore?
I don't want to say it, but yes, he can.
I was going to say from a technical standpoint, I don't see any. Go ahead. Yep.
Yeah, I want to say Roma Doomsday has took over the number 1 receiver duties. I think we can all agree with that. Rome is Caleb's top target. And the rest of the offense kind of flows. So I think Luther Burden, with his ability to beat man coverage, that's the thing that kind of separates him right now. And he can still do the end arounds. He's got the running, the run after the catch ability. That helps too. So I think DJ, and I hate to say it, man, they look about the same as they did as rookies. Like Luther Burden looks like DJ as a rookie, so he can progress and get better. But that production can still be met, unfortunately. So I would say yes to your question.
Yeah, I know a first-round pick is probably too steep. My philosophy behind that is that you've had so many below-the-belt handshake deals with the Bills in the last 2 NFL drafts. Let's go ahead and give the Bills, for the 32nd overall pick, a player that can help them win the Super Bowl. I think that would be something that's plausible. More probable you get a day 2 pick.
I like that.
Round, ideally.
I like that.
But yeah, from a technical standpoint, and I really like Alan's technical perspective on football, I don't see anything that DJ Moore does that Luther Burden cannot. If anything, I think that Luther Burden is a better down-the-field threat, which is what this offense needs on the opposite side of Roma Dunze. DJ Moore is very underrated at those deep curls, deep in routes, like what we're familiar with seeing from Amon-Ra St. Brown in Detroit. I wish that the Bears would do that more to Luther Burden. I'm sorry, to DJ Moore. But it's going to be one of those things. I think that his trade value was at its highest on June 2nd. Yep. We are past June 2nd. We are into the season. So I think we're going to need a little bit more focal point as far as DJ Moore. Inflate his value. Go out and see if you can go get that first-round pick from Buffalo, man. It's a win-win, in my opinion, for both teams.
Well said. And Alan, we're going to go through these real quick. We're going to do like a turbo, flash and back. Tyree Stevenson, big dog. Interception. He set the tone on defense. The starters are gone. No Jalen Johnson. No TJ Edwards. No Kyler Gordon. But he came in today, Alan, and he set the tone with an interception right away. And the team that's depleted of their starters, he stepped up today, man. Played good football, good tackling, anticipating interceptions and everything like that. So what's your thoughts on Tyreek today? Real quick.
He stepped up to the challenge. And that's what, if he wants to be a number 1 corner on the team, he's got to step up to the challenge. And he did that today because Pickens and Lamb, that's a good duo you have in the league. So I'm proud of him for stepping up today. And I'm going to enjoy watching the tape tomorrow.
Love it. So we got Cole Kmet, man. People can't forget he's a vital part of this team. He got a touchdown today. Caleb safety blanket. He was top 5 in play action last season. It's nice to see him get a touchdown today. Cole Kmet and Caleb, man, the OG tight end. So what's your thoughts today on that, and if you saw any of that today?
Yeah, I appreciate Cole for being a professional, man. He's really being a professional because he could do a lot of things verbally, but he doesn't this year. So he's staying intact, doing his job, because winning football requires the team to take sacrifices sometimes for the greater good of the operation. So I appreciate Cole getting a touchdown and staying centered as a football player, man, because it could be hard to do, man. When you expect to do so much and you're not getting the ball, you work so hard, you want the ball. So a good touchdown today. I appreciate that, man. Caleb got him the ball, man, and that was good, man.
Final thoughts on Ben Johnson, man. Everybody gave their final thoughts. I think he's exactly what the Bears team need. And I said this in the chat that, we talked about it. People think that Ben Johnson got to walk around on eggshells, but I'm like, he doesn't. We're a 5-12 team. We're not a playoff team that's been consistently going to the playoffs and we're losing the divisional round or the championship round, NFC. But what are your thoughts on Ben Johnson up from training camp to preseason and 3 regular season games? Because to me, he hasn't bent on his priorities. He hasn't bent on his word. He hasn't bent on anything that he says he is and what he is. So what's your thoughts on Ben Johnson so far? And congratulate him on his first win today.
Yeah, congratulations, Coach. Coach put people's feet down in the fire this week, man. He was putting people's feet to the fire. I mean, everybody who had a Chicago Bears jersey this week had offended by the things he was saying in the media player. And it's not offended like they were disappointed again, but offended like, I know he just didn't say that about us, not practicing hard. And he been dragging us all summer. Yeah, we're going to show him on Sunday. And they did. But, hey, sometimes it called for that. Phil Jackson used to do the same thing. Sometimes he got to meet the person he close with and twist those gears. And he just gets the message to the room in a vicarious kind of, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate it because he's willing to talk about himself too. Because he'll be first to say I wasn't coaching well. He did that last week also. So he's willing to put his foot to the fire also. So shout out to Ben, man, for his first minute.
We're going to wrap it up right here, man. We get a couple of shout out to the people in the comment section. Shout out to Dinah Liz, shout out to Cliff, shout out to Nicholas, shout out to everybody that came, Aunt Moss, everybody, man. Rami coming through, Relentless Mikey, Isabella coming through today, man. All you guys made the show better. Bobby from the Shop Bulls podcast came through, man. This has been a great show. I'm glad it was a post-game show. We're talking about a win because my crew, we don't want to get up here every week and talk about losses all the time. It's a waste of time. So we got to get through 18 or 17 games somehow. So today was a good vibe. We'll be back with our pregame show next Sunday. And we're going to let Carl pretty much tell you guys where you can find him at and get to it.
Yeah, over on YouTube, Thy Ants My is the YouTube channel that I technically run. A little bit of a sleeping giant, I'll call it. My co-host is very, very busy with life. So easiest way that you can find me and anything that I'm consistent with, we'll call it, is on Bears Country Productions. We do the Bears Country podcast on Thursday, which I help produce. I jut in, do all these silly things. So Bears Country podcast, definitely Bears Country Productions. Search them up on YouTube. That's the number one spot for myself currently.
Let's go. So we got Andy. We're gonna let Andy pretty much tell where you can find his guys and him and Todd and Chicago Clearance. I tried to get Chicago Clearance on the show today, man, but he didn't respond. But let the people know where they can find you, Andy.
Yeah, Chicago Clarence moved to Columbia, South Carolina recently. He's got an hour and a half drive when he comes into Charlotte to watch the game with us. But anyway, yes, me, Chicago Clarence, and Todd, we are part of the Bears Den podcast. You can find us on all social media sites, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram.
All right, man. Well said, man. And we are the CNG podcast right here, man. That messed it up. CNG podcast, and that's me, CJ, and Allen, man. We appreciate everybody that's been locked in with us. From the contributors that's been coming on, from the Bear Den Live to Swifty Sports Network to the Bears Den Podcast, to Carl from Ty Smite, to Nick Rohde from Just Another Year Chicago Bears, man. This platform has been taking off on Twitter, man. So we building a family over here, man, and we appreciate everybody in the comments. If you haven't followed any of these guys on Twitter, Facebook, X, or whatever you call it, please do, man. These guys know football. Andy, man, these guys are fantastic, man. So just show these guys some love and follow these guys, man. And we will be back with our pregame show next Sunday. I'm G Walker, the Senior Podcast. That's Allen, and that's CJ, and we out of here, man. You guys have a good one. Peace.
Hey, fuck the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love sucks.
Fuck the Packers. Fuck Green Bay. I forgot that comment. We out.
Get blocked by the fucking Browns.
Peace.